constructing those banelings has to now suffer an extremely late hatchery. He is producing non-stop zerglings. What's going on with those banelings? Oh, he's now okay. So the banelings were just a little bit advantageous, but lings are now coming out. The queens are going to want to get off the high ground for Asylum here. We are going to see a small battle of them duking it out. One spine crawler here. We're going to have to see a real delicate dance of banelings, and here we go. Fairly good micro from both players, hold position on some of those banelings, but and I think maybe only 3 or 4 drones got killed there. Asylum did fairly decent micro. None of the drone walking I was referring to from earlier, but looks like he's going to hold off for now. And with no severe damage being done, even though there were some drones being lost, we look at the units tab. Asylum has 34 drones to the 27 of our orange player Caffeine here. So yeah, with that 10 drone lead, we're probably going to see a really quick tech transition.
Yeah, we got eight roaches on the way about to pop.
Yep, 8 roaches just now popped out for Asylum, and do you think Asylum's just going to go ahead and end the game here, or what?
Yeah, I think being up in a base and being up workers, he'll be able to just pump roaches, and it's pretty much GG from there.
We are going to want to see what happens, though, because I'm not sure if he is going to move across the map with that, as there is no creep spread. Maybe he might just poke, but I don't know if it would be smart to go up the ramp, especially being that the rally is going to be extremely slow for these roaches since they don't have speed. There is no layer being constructed, but it looks like it's going to be Baneling Roach. And with just a couple of banelings here, that might actually just seal the deal. This is a very slim timing window. I'm not really a ZVZ expert, but this does look like an extremely thin timing window that Asylum's trying to capitalize on. Yeah, there is a definite drone advantage, but yeah.
Well, actually, this is a good timing because Caffeine actually just drones super hard. He's actually up on drones now. So.
Roaches kind of popping out though, and wow, it looks like this might be a really thin battle. Not a lot of micro going on, but yeah, it looks like Asylum might just take this. The wave point, like I needed to emphasize earlier, the wave point of roaches is going to be extremely thin, but Asylum's actually droning behind this, so any damage that he's going to do here is ultimately just going to lead up to a third follow-up attack where he's going to win the game. He might just win it with this small group. That seems very unlikely, but the damage is already done. Yeah, this army is going to get cleaned up here. Moving along though, let's go ahead and look. We see the layer being taken by Asylum, as I was saying earlier. We've got some additional upgrades coming up. And whoa, look at these 3 drones here that are not in the simulator. I hope Asylum fixes that here at the natural. Is taking the 3rd base to the 3 o'clock, which is probably a smart thing to do. We do want to see the creep spread getting up, as we do see it kind of spreading, but I don't think he's going to have much of a hard time taking that 3rd base. He might even want to take a 4th just to kind of flex his lead. He saw that he almost even took out the natural with that small force. Again, being that this is cross positions, it's going to be very hard for Caffeine to just move across the map with those roaches, because reinforcements are ultimately going to be extremely slow. So if he does invest in this move out here and Asylum just eats this alive, we're pretty much just going to be seeing him slowly kamikaze to his death here, as Asylum won't even really make use of spreading his economy at that 3rd base. He's probably just going to go into heavy production. And yeah, we do see Caffeine move back. A very wise decision, as speed has not been researched. The layer is being taken as it's halfway, but already done for our player Asylum, now going into roach speed and getting some additional upgrades, as I said earlier. Senex, do you think our player here... Oh, hold on real quick. Some additional harassment with 1 or 2 drones going down from the hatch here from Caffeine, but ultimately that hatch is going to be more than fine. But what I was going to ask earlier is, do you think he's actually going to go up to mutas or some additional tech, or do you think he's just going to stay on heavily upgraded speed roach and just win from here? It seems like the smarter choice, but what do you think?
For Asylum or for Caffeine?
For Asylum. I think Caffeine can only at this point stay on roach for quite some time, or do like some really or some really heavy risk based tech switch to mutas or something, which in that case I think roaches could still pile drive him to his death. But I mean, Asylum's scouting all this, so he sees the timing of the 3rd base. He knows, okay, all I have to do is be cautious of a quick tech switch, and I'll be okay. The upgrades are done for Asylum now, so he can pretty much just stay on the ground and be absolutely fine. So looks like we might just see a giant heap of roaches run across the map really soon, especially with that macro hatch going down. Macro hatch coming down extremely late for caffeine, and it looks like probably when that third macro hatch for caffeine is done, the roaches will probably be already moving across the map at that point. As you can see, creep spread is going towards his opponent.
And Silent's up by about 20 drones now. So even if, I mean, he's got the extra base and the economy to go behind this, even if this attack fails, he can still just keep throwing units at caffeine.
Oh yeah, he could beat him over the head with some spine crawlers, and just about any unit he wants to pick at this point is going to be a pretty clear-cut win. But we do see him taking the gases, so he is playing this out fairly standard, as this is a clan war match. You don't really want to take it lightly. But yeah, +2 is about to be finished for these roaches, and they're at 1-1 right now, so it's going to be 2-1. And when that happens, I think we're going to see them move out really heavy, maxed out roach attacks. I don't know from Asylum's vision though. He has not really seen any of the tech from the Zerg player, so I think if he doesn't hit that timing attack window really soon here, that he might want to be cautious of some tech switches. Though they're not happening, he still wants to be cautious of that, as the Hydralisk Den is up now at researching range.
Asylum is up by 4 roaches, and he has his +2 is going to finish pretty much just as he hits, so should be a pretty good timing.
Yeah. And in a situation like this, I think he shouldn't even go for the third. I think he should go straight for the natural. But here's the attack here, and there's definitely a concave advantage for caffeine, but it's probably not going to be enough, as those upgrades are definitely killing here, as it is 2-1 versus +1 for caffeine. Yeah, we're just on a solid, convincing game move. As a silent here is going to go up 2-0 with Team 2Pro, and the tap out for caffeine is going to secure that victory. Gex is now down 0-2. Let's see what they do coming out into the next game here. Just a quick game cap of what happened. Basically, very aggressive lane baneling opening from Asylum, delaying his hatchery, whereas we saw Caffeine go for a much more safer, he grabbed his pool first, went into that hatchery. Ultimately, he wasn't able to hold it. With a couple of lackluster decision making, with not making any banelings to secure his natural, he was just way too far behind, and Asylum won from a smart choice to get ahead in upgrades and just army quantities. Pretty clear cut win there. GG's. Alright guys, while we sit here and stack up and wait for our next match to happen, do please check out our sponsors along with the website at Team2Pro.com. We do clan wars, various practice sessions, and tons of our players stream, so you guys definitely want to be able to go on there and utilize some of those resources to stay tuned with how Team 2 Pro is doing. And in the leagues, as I said before, we're doing fairly well, so stay tuned while we get our players together. And I don't know if Senix has some music for you or whatnot, but how's that going to go, Senix?
Yeah, I'll throw some on right now.
Yep, so do wait, as we are up 2-0 for Team 2 Pro, and we will be back shortly.
Did you see outside, or is it gone? Oh, it's gone. It was like really weird out there. Well, are you going to his house like that? Oh, I just eat peanut butter, sorry. Not peanut butter, but a peanut butter Cliff Bar. Move that string around for Gooney a couple times. Andrew said if you asked if you liked, is it on?
Talk low.
do is to eat like mushrooms and pasta. Well, it's kind of weird because like we didn't ask if I did, and I said, can you eat dissolve like mushroom oils pasta stuff? So I said, I think so. I said, I know he likes mushrooms. He said, I don't, but I don't have a bottle of people now. And he said, oh, okay.
Oh, you texted for your phone? Okay.
Well, I just don't know where it has to be posted or anything. I just think it is.
Okay.
But, yeah, I felt kind of weird, like, telling him because he didn't really ask about me, but at the same time, I didn't want to get him or not say anything, and then,
No, that's fine. Your sister-in-law. We're right now as sister-in-law.
yes.
You actually are.
We get to hear praise being.
Oh yeah.
Just do it. What was that?
We got to hear you peeing.
I
Your
didn't hear
mic
that
picks
first.
up well.
Oh, you heard me pee?
Yeah,
By
we
the
can
way,
hear you
guys,
pretty loud.
we're live right now on the Thunderdog Esports stream. So
Yeah. We'll be mindful of that. That's funny though. Wow. They heard me in the building.
Still hear you.
No, I know.
Were you able to hear what it sounded like eventually?
Nobody sent me an invite to the next game, so we can't really go into.
Oh boy,
Oops.
that sucks. Yeah, we need to recreate.
Sounds good.
okay, as soon as it starts, I'll make him remake.
Okay.
Alright, well, since we got some time praise and I disconnected from that last game, maybe you could tell me what kind of happened after I left. Basically, when I left, it seemed pretty even after he denied the expo. Was there much you could tell me?
Yeah, basically, Asylum took his third base as usual, and Caffeine, I'm assuming, thought that Asylum was done with the aggression, being that he didn't see his opponent on the Overlord line, but really Banelings were being morphed on the third where there wasn't any visual, so Caffeine actually skipped on making any defensive Banelings while taking the hatchery, so as a result, a little splash attack with Ling and maybe 2 or 3 Banelings caused Caffeine to lose his third base prematurely, and that pretty much just set Asylum through the roof in terms of economy and upgrades. It wound up being Caffeine making the late decision to go into Roach Hydra, whereas Roach Infester was coming out for Asylum, but it didn't even lead to that, where it was a 2-1 upgrades versus a 1-0 upgraded Roach fight with a
Holy
Hydra
crap,
or
that's a
2,
lot of
and then-
spectators.
Yeah, holy moly. Yeah, when I left, it was right after he denied the expo from the Zerg, and it seemed pretty even. He hadn't thrown his, or Asylum hadn't thrown his natural hatch down yet.
Yeah, Asylum had his natural hatch. It would have been fairly even if Caffeine wouldn't have lost his hatchery a second time and almost even a third time.
Oh, he lost his natural a second time?
Yeah, because when he put it down, he didn't make defensive banelings, as I was saying earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get what you're saying.
So like a little hit squad came in a second time and delayed it even further. So his hatch for Asylum pretty much finished while